Coming at you from the Freedom Muffin Studios down here in the armpit of the South, a little shithole we like to call
Making Georgia.
the Jerks T and J are going to give you their thoughts on all this shit that's going down in America.
So did you know I have a large Indian heritage to me?
Yeah.
I'm not 100%, but I've got,
Yeah. You told me.
I keep seeing all these things about Indian tribes that are still around and and still active being upset. Number one was the Washington Redskins,
Right.
and how and when
Well, yeah, they're just
did we
Washington.
take offense to the fact that they used a Native American slang or whatever you want to call it to name their team. Now the Jeep Grand Cherokee
I saw something
is under
about
fire.
that. I saw something about it. How ridiculous.
A tribe, they say, a tribe does not like the fact that they're using their name for the vehicle.
How long has the Jeep the Jeep Grand Cherokee been around?
For as long as I've been a damn live.
And you're just now.
Whether it was the Cherokee or the Grand Cherokee.
Yeah. And you're just now saying something about this?
Now, all of a sudden.
Now, a very, very good friend of mine, his wife is Native American. And I've never had conversations with her about, things that are sports teams and vehicles and things that are named after, or they can relate to that. But I don't get the feeling that she really gives a shit.
No.
I don't really think she does. And I don't, that's just like Aunt Jemima. Come on. That's a staple. You should be proud to have that named after her. Uncle Ben, come on. When the fuck does it end?
I mean, it really, I'm not sure where like Uncle Ben or Aunt Jemima actually derived from.
Well,
I don't necessarily know. Was it a black woman that created?
I don't think so. I don't know if she created Aunt Jemima, but I know it was like to honor her.
Yeah.
It wasn't like, black lady at a house and she serves our breakfast.
Yeah.
That's not what it was. So you should be honored that
It was
even
probably
after
the
all
fact
this
that she
time-
made some fantastic fucking breakfast.
Yeah. But even after all this time, she was still like, and that's a fucking staple.
Yeah.
I have a bottle of Aunt Jemima in there. It's about, there's maybe this much left. I'm never going to use another drop of it.
Yeah.
I'm going to keep that for the rest of my life. And I will never buy, they changed the name of it. I think,
Oh yeah, it's some weird shit too.
to the original name, what it was back in the day. I will never buy that shit. I'm going to Log Cabin or something else. But yeah, so
Great value.
yeah, great value. Kroger Private Select. But yeah, where does it stop?
I don't know, because now you can't even ride
Well,
down the road in a
where's
goddamn car.
Who's the Quaker Oats guy?
Oh, I don't know.
The chubby faced white guy on the Quaker Oats. I'm offended. I want him taken off the box.
Yeah.
Fucking do it. Quaker Oats, you're being called out.
You
I'm
need to
offended.
make him animated or something to where he's not just some
Yeah, get rid of him.
fat white guy.
Yeah, that bothers me. I mean, give me a fucking break.
Yeah, it's
So-
ridiculous.
so
And now we're moving into cars. First, it was a football team, and it was more than this before. But here recently,
Yeah,
it
so
was
now-
a whole football
So
team.
now we just have the Washington football team.
Yeah.
I wonder how Todd feels about that. Another friend of mine, Todd. He's been a Redskins fan his entire life. Through thick and thin,
No,
he's always been there.
He is now
Now he's just a Washington fan.
Yeah.
And
And now the Grand Cherokee, the Jeep Cherokee. I don't even know. I don't even think they make the actual Cherokee anymore.
I don't think so.
I think it's just the Grand Cherokee now.
So what did Jeep? What did they say?
They say they're working on a response to it. Basically, they're looking in to see what they could do to change it. It just doesn't. It's. I mean, if you ask me, it's the same kind of thing as Aunt Jemima. You're kind of idolizing something when you do that.
Think about it.
I mean, I can
Cherokee,
understand if they were doing it with something that was negative or there was something behind it
Right.
that could have been.
They're trying
It's
to
a
say-
fucking car.
Yeah, this vehicle is so badass. We named it after a badass group of people, and yet you're offended by that. Cleveland is still the Indians, am I correct?
But yeah, no. Well, that's on the fence too.
Really?
The Braves are on the fence.
Really?
Yes.
Come on.
The Atlanta Braves and the Cleveland Indians are all on the fence, and if I'm not mistaken, maybe even the Red Sox.
Wow. The Red Sox.
I might be wrong about that, but something tells me I heard that too.
We just need to start naming everything after Irish people. They never get offended. Think about it. Lucky Charms.
Well, of course.
When have you heard? You know what?
We could go name it after Arabian people or Iranians, or how about let's name everything after people that fucking hate us? You know, because that seems to be the only place that we like to put our attention to.
I got it. We can change the name of the Jeep Cherokee to the Jeep Bin Laden. I got it.
That's a good one.
Hey, Chrysler, call me up. I'm a problem solver right here.
But I mean, can you maybe look at it, I guess, as a fact of, okay, so there's a lot of other things. There's statues coming down. There's a lot of other things that people are able to call attention to themselves with, monetize off of somehow. All of this. So then you got to think about it and say, okay, well, I mean, are the Native Americans that are still practicing their beliefs and their livelihoods in this country, are they just saying, well, fuck, they can do it, I'm going to fucking do it too?
Yeah. I mean, now I understand what happened to the Native Americans, when
Columbus came?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But let's also be clear that, and I read all 592 pages of, it took me for fucking forever. But I read of that $1.9 trillion deal. There is a lot of money in there for Native Americans.
Well, of course there is, because now he has to buy them.
Well, yeah, but and in previous bills, and this goes back to the early 1900s, because there was some bills in there referenced to where they have to keep up with things that were enacted before, and and so it's not like, yes, what happened, terrible, absolutely, but it's not like you're just getting shit on from every direction.
Well, I mean, they were.
Yes, but I think, and I could be wrong. I'm not Native American. I'm not,
Well, if I'm not mistaken, like the pipeline was a big deal because it crossed through Native American territories and these reservations and everything, and they didn't necessarily want it, and we kind of forced it upon them to do it. In my belief, I think that because whether you're Native American, Black American, White American, you're American, the ability to be self-sufficient is kind of outweighs the things that could happen. I mean, everything damage can happen everywhere. Things can go wrong in everything we do every day.
Yeah.
So you got to weigh. To me, you had to weigh the option of, okay, was this a good thing? No. In the beginning, I didn't like the idea because you were taken away from them. And like I said, I have some heritage there, so it makes me think about it. It makes me look into it. But then the goal of it makes you also look at it, the self-sufficient, and I feel like they kind of understood that too. Right. Which is why we ended up in these things that we do. But because you stop the pipeline, it means you stop the promises that were given to them for you taking what you took from them, basically, in order to do the pipeline. So now you have to buy them off in order to do this.
Yeah,
so you want to pay, you want to buy them off so that you can give all of the rest of our, so that we can be dependent on countries that fucking hate us.
Yeah.
You know, I don't understand that. And I guess back to the Indian part of it, I think the only reason that it keeps coming up like this is because why the fuck not? Everybody else is trying to do it.
Well, you're right.
So why not? Hey, I mean, if you want me to be less white, the Indians want you to stop using their name.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. Yeah, you're right. It's coming from every direction. And I really just think it's sad, the direction that our country is going, where everything is getting shit on because of the way people feel, or a small group of people feel. And maybe I'm coming across a little too harsh, or maybe I'm not fully understanding, but I think it's fucked up that everything from the Cherokee, the Redskins, the Aunt Jemima, all this has to be changed after all these fucking years because a small group are offended.
Yeah,
I haven't seen anything.
A small group that aren't even from here, that have their own culture, that have their from wherever they're from, but they're offended because they come here and they can't display and throw their culture down our throat. You know,
right.
And
unfortunately, not Native Americans.
Not Native Americans,
No.
but we're talking about other people.
Yeah.
But that's why I say that, you know, okay, so here you got Native Americans that were kind of pushed away, you know, pushed over by, you know, whitey.
Yeah,
You know,
well, they were done wrong.
Yeah,
Plain and simple, Native Americans were done dirty.
Yeah, they were shit on by whitey, but for how long did they stay, you know, they just did their thing, you know. So now all of a sudden, here's our country that we just let everybody come in here, you know, from wherever. And now all of a sudden, you're coming in here, and if we don't conform to your beliefs, then we're racist, we're empathetic, we're shit, we're the worst country on the planet. It makes me so angry.
Well, who's that congresswoman?
Oh yeah.
You're not allowed to wear any type of headdress, no caps, no nothing.
Yeah.
In the Capitol building, but she's allowed to wear her fucking dirty laundry on her head.
Yeah.
Because of where she's from. No, if you want to do that kind of shit, go to your fucking country
go
where
home.
you're from and do it there. That's your customs over there.
That's not what we do here.
No, and we shouldn't be changing any kind of laws or rules to fucking appease you.
None. There's a damn Constitution and a Bill of Rights that, for whatever fucking reason, we refuse to abide by as a government. And I'm not talking about us as people, because us get it.
Yeah.
We try to abide by it. Whether it is love thy neighbor, you know, or whatever else is in there. We try to abide by it on a daily basis. But the government is allowed to say, no, fuck that. You're not allowed to say this. You're not allowed to do this. You're not allowed. Last time I remember, one of them was freedom of fucking speech.
Yes.
So you ain't going to tell me what I'm allowed to do when somebody else comes over. How are they allowed to come over here, or is somebody allowed to come into our country and push their beliefs on me to where I need to conform to them? No, you came here. Yes. If I came to your country and I was supposed to wear something every day, I mean, I know women in certain cases, if they go to their, I don't know if it's necessarily men in a lot of those, you know, like Middle Eastern countries that, you know, they got to wear the hijab or whatever it's called. You know what I'm talking about, the headgear. You know, they got to wear stuff that covers their face. They got to do that. If American women go over there, they have to do that. Well, so what the hell makes you think that you can come over here and tell me what the hell I got to do?
Well, no.
Conform to what you...
Yeah, but I don't think over there, I don't think tourists and shit have to do that.
I think in some places.
They may.
I think in some places.
They may. But I will say this, when you come here, take that shit off.
And if you don't want to.
Because here's the reality of it. And I see this all the time. There's many and many stores around here that straight up say, do not wear a mask in here.
Yeah.
Because we want to see your fucking face.
Fucking right.
When you rob us, we want you to be on camera. And so if you're a woman or a girly looking man from a Middle Eastern country and you're dressed in all this shit, how do I know you're not coming in my store to rob me? You take that shit off your fucking face.
I have
guarantee
nothing.
You, if we didn't have this mask mandate right now, right, I guarantee you, if I tried to wear some sort of fucking weird ass mask that covered my face and go into any store, I'd be turned out.
Oh shit! I remember before all this. I used to go to the bank. You know, you remember back in the day when you had to go walk into the bank and stand in line and weave your way up to a teller. I remember I used to go in there and I'd walk straight in, you know, the door, and I wear the sunglasses like there's no tomorrow. So it does not bother me to walk in the door and still have my sunglasses on. I can see just as good as I did outside.
Yep.
You know, and I would stand there and people would be like, and then somebody would come up to me and be, on a couple of occasions, hey, can you take your glasses off for me? Oh, yes, I'm sorry. You know, I mean, because what else? You think I'm going to damn rob you?
Yeah. But you're not going to be a dick about it.
No.
Sure, I'll take them. What the fuck do I care?
Look, I don't have anything about I don't have anything against your beliefs. You know, I've got, you know, Middle Eastern friends. I've got, you know, all the way around. I don't have anything against your beliefs and what you want to believe in. Whether it's, you know, I mean, I used to work with a guy that was a Muslim from somewhere over there. You know, one of the funniest, coolest guys. You know, had a bit of an attitude as a worker, but he was a good guy. You know, he used to work for me, and you go in the shop, you know, at certain times of the day, and he's in there praying. Oh, let me back out. Yeah. You know, I'm not against your beliefs and your religion, but what you have to understand is that when you come here, you cannot force me to believe what you believe.
No, absolutely not.
Because if I go to your country and there's something that I'm supposed to do, being in your country, if I don't do it, I'm going to get in trouble.
Yeah.
Y'all be chopping folks' hands and shit off.
Well, remember the kid in Singapore that got caught spray painting a car? They caned his ass in the road. And they don't just, there's not like a sentence that says, oh, it's 15 guys. No, that dude will whoop your ass until he feels you've learned your lesson.
Yeah. And
that means you get hit 4 times or 40 times.
Yep.
And you don't fuck around. There's nothing you can do about it. You're in their land.
I don't blame the Native Americans, the American Indians, for what they're doing, because why not? Everybody else is able to fucking do it. So we've been quiet for all this time. So while we're conforming to all these fuckers over here, how about we just start speaking up so you can conform to us too? Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe for a chance to win free gear. Don't forget to support us on Patreon and stop by the Freedom Muffin store for all your latest gear. Your support helps us put out the best content in America.